I haven't followed the NBA in a long time. You know, I gave up on the NBA when they went full BLM. And that's also when I gave up on LeBron James. People maybe will be surprised by this, but I was actually a big LeBron James fan for a long time. As an athlete, I was a big fan of his. To my shame, I was, up until about 3 years ago, when he really went full BLM. So anyway, I don't watch anymore, but this one moment jumped out at me as it's gone viral. The playoffs have started, I guess, and the Milwaukee Bucks were just eliminated. And their star player, Giannis, with a last name I won't even attempt, was asked about whether the season was a failure because they got eliminated from the playoffs. And this is one of the very rare moments when an athlete in a post-game press conference says something worthwhile and interesting. But here it is. Let's watch.
Do you view this season as a failure?
Oh, my God. Okay, because I'm not that up. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay, do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure? That's what you're telling me. You know, there's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win.
That's good stuff. I like that because it's a dad speech. That is, and that's what I do. It's like my entire show. With everything going on in the world, sometimes you just need a break from it all. Choose to strengthen your faith despite this broken world through prayer, meditation, and fasting today. Hallow helps me maintain a daily prayer routine, gives me a break from the craziness around me. If you need a break, you need Hallow, the #1 Christian prayer app in the U.S. Download the app for free at hallow.com/Matt Walsh. You can set prayer reminders, track your progress all along the way. Not sure where to start? Well, check out Father Mike Schmitz's Bible in a Year podcast, available on the Hallow app for brief daily Bible readings and reflections, or you can pray alongside Mark Wahlberg, Jim Caviezel, and even some world-class athletes. With Hallow, you can customize a personal prayer plan that works for you. Listen anywhere you are with downloadable offline sessions as well. There's no better time to stay rooted in your faith and values. Get an exclusive 3-month free trial at hallow.com/Matt Walsh. That's hallow.com/Matt Walsh. That is, I can imagine, I don't know if he's a father or not, but he'll make a very good father if he's not, because that's like the speed. It sounded like a father talking to his son, just lost, coming home from Little League, and he's giving the speech to him. And I think it's very good. And also, it's, as I said, rare to hear something eloquent and interesting from an athlete in a post-game press. Usually all they do is mumble cliches. They were out playing with all this energy, and then for some reason, when they get in front of cameras, they can barely speak. And it's just, we fought hard out there, and the other team fought hard, and take my hat off to him, tip my cap, got to tip my cap, just taking my hat off to him, take my hat off to the other guys, really taking my hat off. For some reason, every athlete in every major sport has glommed on to this one cliche about taking their hat off. I'm not really sure. It's funny. It's a funny one, too, because it harkens back to Victorian-era chivalry, where men tip their top hats when a lady walks by. And this is what we're supposed to imagine these 7-foot lumbering dudes are doing. But anyway, I think it's an important lesson, and it's really what we were talking about earlier in the week about the rocket explosion for SpaceX. That if you're pursuing a goal and you don't achieve it, but you learn from the failure and you get better and you keep up the pursuit, then it's not a failure. The only true failure is the failure to try at all. And I know that sounds like a cliche too, and maybe it is, but it's true. There are people out there who we could unfortunately describe as failures. There are a lot of people out there these days, sadly, who we could say are failures. These are failures of human beings. But we only can label them failures because they didn't try to do anything. They didn't try anything. They didn't pursue anything. They didn't have any goals that they went out and chased. They didn't do that. They didn't do anything because they were afraid and because it takes too much effort, and they took the path of least resistance, and that's a failure. That's a failure of a person. So that's a person who's failing every day to try. But if you're pursuing your goals, even if you don't reach them every single time, not a failure overall.